recap of episode 37 of BB17.
Wow, this is a special episode. Julie, check in. It's eviction time, kids. Act surprised.
What? I think some of them were surprised.
They were surprised.
I mean, have they watched the show before? You should know how this works.
Yeah. But first, remember, Steve and Johnny Mac are on the block.
In Big Brother time, we still haven't done the power of veto yet.
What?
Okay, so Vanessa is like fake crying to Steve. She's like, you know, like, I really love you and we're best friends.
Just forget that you're on the block. We're set unless John wins the veto.
All right, well, Johnny Mac is like, oh snap, I need to figure something out right now because he's not going to go out without a fight.
No. Well, he goes over to Liz Tin in the bathroom and says, you know what?
I'm ready to do something crazy.
Because I'm crazy, I'm dead inside. I throw a veto to you. I go out, and if you don't keep me safe, I go out like fifth. I like that idea.
So he's trying to say he's going to throw the POV so that Austin or Liz won't have to go up on the block in his place. And then in return, he wants them to vote to keep him this week.
Right. Okay, crazy or brilliant?
Sounds pretty crazy because I don't think they would keep that deal.
I don't think so either. So it's time for the veto com.
All right.
This
is a tie-in.
Yes. To a new show, Life in Pieces. They're going to get to screen it.
Hey, Tom Hanks' son is on that show.
So is Mr. Streisand.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, they're going to get to watch the first episode of the show, but this is also part of the veto competition.
All right. They have to put together a Life in Pieces magnetic puzzle on a magnetic board in the backyard that's dressed up like the real backyard with a squirrel, with a Snuggie, with a baby squirrel in it. And
a dinosaur and like all this fun stuff.
A sandbox. They have to go across the
balance beam.
The thing only stays magnetized for 20 seconds.
There is a time element to this competition.
Yeah. So if you're not paying attention, like Vanessa, you can get eliminated because...
you got that 20 seconds.
It's actually like 30.
Yeah, because you got 20 seconds, but then you also have negative, what was it, negative 10?
Yeah. So if you go over the negative 10, you're out.
You're out. For real!
Or if you step off the balance beam, you have 10 seconds to reset it.
Right.
So, Vanessa was out first. I think she was out in the first freaking 30 seconds.
She was out very quickly, yeah.
I was just looking at the pieces.
I forgot. All right. Johnny Mac had a freaking awesome strategy.
He did.
I don't know why people don't do this more. Just put the freaking puzzle together off of the board.
Brainer. He was putting the puzzle together off the board. He was waiting for the time to run out, and then he would run back not on the balance beam.
Yeah, because he didn't have anything on the board, so it didn't matter.
Yep. So he was still thinking of throwing it at that point.
He was like, I'm going to set myself up just in case.
Yes.
If I see that Steve is about to win it, then I'll have to kick some A.
It looked like Liz was going to win it, but then Steve looked like he was going to win it, so Johnny Mac said, that's too close to call. I'm going to win it.
He freaking snuck up out of nowhere, and it was amazing.
Everybody was like, the game's over? What?
Yeah.
Austin looked like, oh man, Liz won it? Oh.
No. Yeah, so Johnny Mac won the veto.
All right.
Vanessa was pissed.
She was like, where is the veto? Here it is. Here, take that.
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing.
She went in her room. She was crying her eyes out.
In the diary room, she was like...
Those were real tears that time.
Now you can clearly see the difference between her real tears and her crocodile tears.
Yep. Well, you know who's pretty confident that they're staying?
Steve. And he's already making plans to take out Vanessa in the next round. Oh, snap.
All right, so it's time for the veto meeting.
Okay.
And Dr. McGuire uses it on himself.
Duh, of course.
And Vanessa puts up Austin. This was a ridiculous, long, drawn-out process with lots of interviews, lots of strategy
lots
talk,
of interrogating,
lots of candy laid out in many different patterns.
Well, Vanessa was finally like, Liz was just up last week against her sister, so it's only fair. Austin, you're the replacement nominee.
All right. Well,
now it's time to decide who's gonna go.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be Steve or Austin?
So, it's time for the pleadings.
All right. Wait, we didn't describe this. All right, so it's time to figure out who's going to be going this week. It's going to be either Austin or Steve. It's a big deal. It's a big decision.
Yeah.
So Vanessa's like, Johnny Mac, you and I could be the deciding factor here. What are we going to do?
Let's make a deal. What's it going to take to get you to vote out Austin this week?
Yeah, so then Johnny Mac's like, I don't want to do what Vanessa wants to do.
So he goes to Austin and he's like, I'm keeping you.
Yeah, so is he really going to vote out Steve? They've been working together for a long time. They're like nerd brothers.
But you know what? They weren't in the Scamper Squad together.
I know. All right, it's time for the pleadings.
Steve's like, this was a dream come true. I'm still not gonna go see my mommy because I'm gonna go to the jury house. So.
But after that, I will.
Yeah.
And then Austin gets up and he's like making this whole speech to Steve because he's making it sound like Steve is going and he's trying to be like, keep your chin up, like you're great.
I watched you become a man in this house.
Ugh.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. Okay, but it's time for the vote.
And it's split. That means Liz voted
To evict Steve.
yes. And
Austin said, I'm sorry, Johnny Mac said, let's get some blood on these hands.
so Vanessa was forced to choose.
To be the tiebreaker.
And she had to stand up right in front of them and be like, Austin.
Oh, snap!
Austin crapped his pants.
He couldn't even stand up at first. He was just like
shell shocked. The only thing he said was, you can't win. You're
not gonna win.
You're not gonna get the jury votes.
Oh, man.
He walked out of the house in his dirty pajamas.
Dirty sweatpants.
With
no
no
shoes. It was everything.
He had to leave his skanky hat in there, too.
This was crazy.
It was everything.
It was amazing.
That
Okay.
that was probably one of the best moments of
We
the
don't
entire
get to see
season.
a lot of blindsides this late in the game,
No.
so that was special. It was a special moment.
So Julie said, hey, Austin, what happened? She's not gonna win.
He said Judas got Judas.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he respects the move. He's just like shocked.
She scumbagged me
Wow.
before you could do it to her, I guess.
Yeah, so then Julie bleh, was asking him, like, what's the deal with Liz? What's going on there?
I fell in love with her in this house. He thinks this is like built to last.
Duralast.
I don't know.
We'll see. All right. Quick side note. The vote is open for America's favorite player.
Who is it? Is it?
I don't know. You guys
It's definitely
make
not.
sure you vote. The winner gets $25,000, so it's kind of a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal.
But we still got some game left to play. It's time for the next HOH competition.
And it's called What the Bleep.
I love this one.
This is
I think
a
they
great
started
one.
this like last season, right?
Yeah.
So they play clips of the house guests from throughout the season, and they take out one word or two words, whatever,
And they put in a
bleep
bleep.
it. And they make it sound so dirty.
Oh my God, it's dirty. So then Julie says what it
What the word is.
could be.
Yeah.
And you have to say true or false.
False.
True you. All right, so it came down to John and Steve. They were in a tie after, what, like 7?
7 questions.
And
I just want to emphasize, like, how funny the edits were. It sounded like they were saying dirty stuff.
it was like dirty. All right, so the tiebreaker was how many seconds was the Under the Rainbow competition from start to Vanessa putting her little final egg in the holder.
Right. So,
Steve said like 6:01, and Johnny Mac said like 3,600.
the answer was like 2,700 or
Yeah.
something, or 20, whatever.
Freaking Johnny Mac went over, and then Steve was like, I won by accident. I forgot to put in a 0.
Oh my God, Steve was gonna say 6,000 something.
Johnny Mac would have won.
So Steve won the HOH, which really
By
just
accident.
means that he is safe for this next round
well,
of competition.
It would have been nice for Johnny Mac to win it. But
I'm just saying that's what it means. But the POV winner this week is the one who decides who goes to the final 3 with them. So it's going to be very interesting.
Well, I think it's a good week because Liz is pretty pissed at Vanessa.
I can't wait. I need to see the fallout.
Guys, they've already had nominations, so if you want to know what the noms are, go to yesterday's spoiler, the last spoiler.
I wonder if they've had veto too. We'll see.
Oh,
they might have.
She'll put all the info in the bottom of the spoiler. You know, the bottom of the info box. And go check it out if you want to see it. And she'll have a brand new newborn baby spoiler for you to
tomorrow, Wednesday,
to suckle if you would like to see that. So until next time, much love.
Edit.